my space here is like...
This is actually pretty okay. If anything has to happen, it'll be next week, and it'll be like a move slightly forward.
And we'll all just be pretty okay.
Yeah. All right.
God. All right.
Good question. Are you comfy?
Oh,
it's part of the importance.
Let me button up.
Button up. Let's go.
Get a little bit more profesh. There we go.
This is pretty good.
All right. Cool. I'm ready to rock.
Fuck it. Ooh! Hey, you know what? It feels like we were never gone, but it feels like at the same time, we're back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fantastic episode of Behind the Bar, brought to you by Was That in Good Taste. I'm going to be one of your hosts this evening, and my name is Chandler Phillips. And with me, as always, is the other one of your hosts and fellow bartender extraordinaire,
James Beery. Hello.
And tonight's episode, we are going to commemorate the passing of a great summer as we delve into the first kind of baby steps of the pool stairs as we jump into the fall. And with that, we're going to be drinking a pumpkin spiced crop vodka and dry cider Boilermaker. That is what we're going to be experimenting with behind the bar, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think this is going to be my sloppy drink of the autumnal season.
Boilermaker.
Hardly know her. And so the idea behind this is a Boilermaker is just a shot of whiskey and a pint of beer. And we thought, you know what, why not fall spice it up with a gluten-free, low-carb, sugar-free dry cider and a shot of vodka. Sorry, not just any vodka.
Not just any vodka.
That would be weird.
Whoa,
just
a shot of vodka? Wait a minute. Some vodka?
It's a shot of crop organic pumpkin spiced or spiced pumpkin flavored vodka, which I think is a fun way of bringing in the new season. The vodka is good, and the cider is not too sweet. Let's try it out. Well, I haven't tried it with this. I've tried it in the past. The other times I've tried it, it's been with Down East cider, and they do a very nice dry cider. This one, I thought,
Am I wrong?
Probably.
That most of these ciders are always labeled as gluten free. What's the one with the Macintosh apples? The Black Widow. The one from New York.
Yeah.
That one.
Widow cider?
Yeah, I think those are all gluten free. I think it's because it's made from
apples and not
apples.
Wheat. This has a funky flavor on it. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna just try the cider on its own because.
All right.
It is kind of interesting how there's so many different ciders in the New York area. It's almost like the place is known for its apples or something. It's like, oh, you like them apples.
Yeah, just in case you don't know, in addition to bagels, people, politics, and everything else, New York is amazing for its apples. We have just these amazing apple orchards upstate.
They don't call it the medium-sized apple.
That's true.
It is the big apple.
They don't call it the big aubergine.
They don't.
They don't do that.
They don't call
Maybe somebody does. If you do, let me know in the comment sections below.
Do you call it the big aubergine?
Only when I like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh. So here's the thing. With a lot of ciders, I find, especially dry ciders, they end up just kind of tasting like a tart kombucha. Like, they're dry, but it's in a tart kind of direction.
Whoa.
Not in like a wine kind of direction, you know what I mean? And so sometimes I think it needs a little bit of a kick. It needs a little bit of oomph. It needs a little shot of like a slightly sweet kind of boozy thing, much like how you would want like a light beer to have a shot of like Jägermeister in it or something, you know? And so I figure this crop vodka, it's an organic vodka, which, I mean, who knows what that means? What does organic even mean these days, James?
I mean, in this particular instance, I'm not sure, but I do think that like the labeling on the can kind of makes it kind of clear what's happening here, because we have Northern Spy Golden Rush apples, as well as Pippin and Jonathan apples, sourcing within 125 miles of New York State. Yeast is white wine yeast, and it drinks like an apple seltzer, and I absolutely agree. Before we even get into what the drink is, I think I like this a lot because I recently discovered another cider, the one that I had earlier. I don't remember the name of it. It was from DC. No, it's from Pennsylvania. And it tasted just like a kind of fermented apple juice. Whereas I think a lot of ciders sometimes are a little too sweet for me.
They kind of are a bit cloying.
This
like
tastes,
it's a bit much.
This doesn't taste like apple juice or fermented or like a enriched beverage. This tastes like fermented apple juice. It tastes purely like
it tastes yeastier for sure.
It is a little yeasty.
It's a bit yeasty, but I do appreciate that they put the type of yeast on there. A white wine yeast. I'm definitely picking up on something that's a bit almost Pinot Grigio kind of a white wine on it.
Wow, this is lovely.
It's growing on me. At first sip, I was like, this just kind of tastes like a hard kombucha. Like, what's the big deal? On third sip, I was like, all right, I think I get it. But you know what? It's not going to make it to just a fourth sip on its own. And we're going to do one of these. Skadoosh.
And what is this guy here?
So...
What is this fella here? What is this non-berry thing here? What is this feminized liquor here?
What is this?
Yeah. What is the gender of this liquor is what I'm asking. Not really, please. That's for it to decide. What is it? What is this? What I feel like now I'm calling it.
Now you're just kind of talking yourself deeper into a hole for no reason.
What kind of liquor is in this bottle?
It's vodka. It's pumpkin flavor. It's pumpkin. It's spiced pumpkin. It's a pink pumpkin flavored. It's a pink pony pumpkin flavored vodka.
An artisanal flavored vodka distilled from certified organic American corn. Which, if I'm correct, I think actually organic corn is the thing that's mostly used inside of a lot of these things. But
and a lot of vodka. Well, that's a Tito's.
Yeah.
Absolute, I think, is a different kind of grain. But usually, like, everything else, unless it's like, what is it, Ciroc or 3 Olives, I think it's, because those two, I might be making shit up about 3 Olives.
I think you are.
But Ciroc is great vodka, or great brandy vodka. It's a grape-based spirit, is what I'm getting at. Whereas everything else is grain-based, not grape-based. So I've tried this before. As I was saying, I've done this before, done it hundreds of times. Well, I did it tens of times. And I think it's a great little treat. It's a little sweet, it's a little spiced. It adds a little kick to an already decent dry cider. Go ahead, drop it in. Don't be shy. The water's fine.
I want to do it right before I take a sip.
The water's fine.
I'm dipping my toe in.
Are you nervous?
I'm
Are you scared? What you so scared of? What's your hesitation?
Don't touch me. That's my purse.
Oh, you gotta. And the thing that you got to do with like any sort of drop-in drink, right? It's like the magic is you got to drink it all in one go. 3, 2, 1. Delightful. Wow, that was terrific. Not only was it sweet, but it also was immaculate.
I could have drank that in like 3 gulps, but I was concerned.
Concerned for what?
I wasn't sure.
Did you think you were gonna swallow the shot glass, James?
I don't know.
Do you think it was?
I'll be honest. I'm scared of it hitting my teeth.
Oh,
because I can't afford it this right
no,
now.
That's fair.
And I just imagined it falling through and just cracking me in the tooth.
What's silly is when like it's kind of stays stagnant for just the short amount of time, and then you're like you tip it back, and you're like, don't go, don't do it, and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna do it, and then boom, as soon as you like go, you kind of forget it's in there, and so then you like hit your last sip as if you're like in Beer Fest, and you're like, I gotta get every drop, and you're like, oh no, there's a shot glass in the kabunk, and then you kind of get snuck up upon by the shot. It's like it's coming, it's there, but you get so enamored with the fact that you're enjoying the drink as it is.
The next thing you know, you got $1,500 in care credit,
and there you go, or you got a chipped teeth. You got you get a couple of them because it's a big glass. It doesn't just hit one tooth.
You get 2 incisors, your canines.
Incisors? I hardly knew it.
Did you get the? So I'll say this: if you were not me, and I'm not saying that I have the world's best palate, but I think a lot of people who might be watching this might not drink a lot of liquor.
Yeah.
Right? And so they might not be able to distinguish between a lot of flavors. Before we have it but by itself, and I think it's actually very interesting that we had it. We had the cider. We had the cider with the vodka.
Yeah.
And now we're having the vodka. I like that. Because I do think that the vodka did give a small amount of complexity to it. However, I did not get distinctly any spice.
It wasn't a major hit to your face with a bunch of pumpkin spice.
I didn't. If you would have told me with pumpkin spice, I could have distinguished it. But as I'd had it by itself, as I'd had the cider by itself, which to be clear again, this is East Coast Dry Cider by ANXO, ANXO. I've never had this before.
I don't know. It looks like one of those like A's that might be like.
In my opinion, if you're gonna make it, this is good. I like this product. I would love to tell people about your product, but maybe make the label legible. I
don't know. I kind of like the emblem because it looks like the
okay. How are you gonna tell somebody? Oh my god!
Look at it. Now I fucked up the focus for the entire rest of the video. But it looks. It's the.
I like it, but it's unfortunately. What are you gonna tell your friend? Oh, can you give me the? You have to send him a picture.
I kind of want to call it like ANXO. Like I feel like the X should be like a zh kind of version of.
I'm interested in how this. So what is this vodka? What is this? How did you find this? What is this crop? Is this local? Hold on before you say anything. This is a non-standard bottle.
You just asked me like 5 questions and then said, now hold on before you say anything.
It's because it's in a non-standard bottle, but it seems to have a different type of labeling, not one that I'm normally you normally see.
It's because it's organic.
Yeah, I don't know. The bottle's a little different, a little interesting.
Well, Crop is known for a very nice standard vodka, and they do a tremendous tomato I think they do a tomato basil one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. If I'm mistaken, tell me. But they also do a cucumber vodka that's exceptional as well. And so I've tried these at our previous places of employment. And I had not had the pumpkin spice until I saw it at our local bottle place. What do they call it?
It's a liquor store?
Liquor store, yeah. I was trying to gussy it up a little bit.
Make it fancy.
Yeah, I was trying to...
Wine and Co.
At our local merchant and purveyor of spirits and sundries. And they had pumpkin spice. And
they're from New York, right? They're from
Crop?
what's this guy named? Tatum? So it's like from Chatham?
Chatham?
Chatham. When I went apple picking, I think the Crop Distillery was up there, but I went with somebody who was really religious.
This isn't an Apple thing, though. Or are you just saying in the
No, just in the area.
It does say distributed by the places out of New York.
Oh, it was probably just in like a liquor store or something I saw then.
That could be. Bottled by Crop Harvest Earth Co., Princeton, Minnesota.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah, they do good work. They do good work with a lot of stuff. I want to try to get my hands on their tomato vodka and do some sort of like caprese.
We gotta do it again.
Do what again?
Bloody Marys.
Oy, gavold with the Bloody Mary. I want to do a clarified Bloody Mary, and I think that's doable with their tomato vodka. If we do, we do it with that, and then we do like some sort of fun little like pickle juice, or like a pickled pepper juice.
We don't clarify things we don't clarify things for a reason.
We like keeping it ambiguous.
No, that's not why. It's because you be wanting to put stuff in there that you can't really clarify. If you put stuff in it, you can't, like, as an example, I'm not saying this is the exact thing, but if you were to put basil into it, you have to strain it, and so you could only put stuff in it that affects the color. It would influence the flavor in a mild way. You'd be wanting to put Oreos and stuff, and the problem is you kind of can't because it's too big. I'm realizing the particulate size.
That was just the vodka infusion. The problem.
I'm just saying. I'm using it as an example.
The problem is we can't get our hands on some sort of lipid that bonds with the particulates.
You say that, but people do it on YouTube all the time.
And so
I see people all the time on YouTube.
I think we need to get is a butane extraction system, so that we can make more comprehensive distillates of Oreo-based things.
You're trying to. Oh yes, we should. Yes, I sure do like to make Oreos.
And I think then we can make like Oreo oils or Oreo shatter or Oreo magic dust or Oreo methamphetamines. It's, Oreo stuff.
So Crop, this is okay. I've had a few sips.
Yeah, what you think?
I called it, I peeped it. I said it was a little sweet. This is very sweet, actually. And the sweetness, it was not a lot in comparison to the volume of the cider, but it helped cut a little bit of that more tart. So again, it's important to mention what the cider tastes like. The cider is very dry.
It's a dry cider.
It's a dry cider. The cider is dry.
The cider's very dry.
It's the driest cider.
It's one of the driest.
It's the driest cider that I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, when I had the cider, I can't even breathe. Last time I had the cider, my tongue fell out of my mouth. I think that the cider. I think you might agree with this.
Well, it depends. Tell me.
The cider, I think, has a lot of flavor. But I think
agree.
if you gave this to a lot of people, they would say it has no flavor.
They would say it's not sweet enough.
They would say this doesn't taste like anything.
They say this is unsweet. This tastes like a bland table wine that has a slight effervescence. But I like it.
Yeah, it's because it's simple.
No shit. It's simple. But that's why, this is where my brain wheels were turning, because I saw a cider that was like, here is kind of a blank slate, an open template, a clear canvas for you to decorate with whatever kind of thing you want. And I thought, you know what? We could have, if we wanted to, we could have thrown a citron vodka in there and bolstered it with a citrusy sweetness. And then it'd be like a slight apple-y kind of level.
Too tart, though. Something too bright, too sharp.
We could have thrown in a shot of Sambuca and made it like a slight apple-y kind of, what's the thing? Anisette. And it would be like, ooh, this is a dimension. But I peeped it and I said, I need something sweet, and I need something with a little cinnamon. Like, I think the crop vodka is great. It's fun. I think a lot of the same job could be done by Fireball, but it's not as syrupy as Fireball. It's a more refined flavor.
Then side question, is this even a vodka?
Are you even a vodka?
Because a vodka is a distilled spirit. It's a clear distilled spirit, normally from either corn, potatoes. It could be from, but generally it's just a purely distilled, triple distilled frequently.
Here's the thing.
This has stuff in it and flavor.
Look, honey, in this business, everything's a vodka. If you look at something and you think, hey, I run that through the pot still enough times, that's a vodka. Okay? A vodka, all it has to be...
So this is a vodka.
Okay, no, let's not get fucking crazy, okay? Have standards. The standard is, usually it has to be distilled like 4 times. That's kind of the only thing. Is like it has to be a distilled spirit that goes through 4 times. It could be grain, it could be potatoes, it could be fruits, it could be vegetables, anything that uses yeasts to ferment, because that's the difference too, is it has to use yeast. Here's the stipulation. If you use just koji and not yeast, then I don't know if it counts as a vodka. I also don't know.
Koji being a...
I don't know if you actually get alcohol from just koji, or if that's like...
Koji being...
Are you throwing it to me? Koji being a type of mold spore that develops on fermenting rice to give it a certain je ne sais quoi. That's
also commonly used inside of...
bijou and shochu? Is it shochu? Sake uses it too in its fermentation process. And all if not most Japanese whiskeys do this too, and that's kind of that's the thing that really separates a good traditional Japanese whiskey from a traditional Scotch, because there's a lot of crossover in the Japanese whiskey style of distilling and the Scotch style of distilling, and also the style of aging, and yada yada yada. This is all explained in the episode of Samurai Jack where he meets the Scotsman, and there's like a rivalry and tension, but a mutual disdain of the outside colonial world, which in that situation is the rising armies of Aku, the demon spirit of chaos. And Samurai Jack was actually sent forward in time into the future because he was about to have the death-wielding blow against Aku, and that was his way of kind of squirming out of it. He's a Loki type figure, but it's different because it's a different set of...
Because it's not European.
Exactly, but it involves certain European influences. All of this to say, vodka is everywhere. It's similar to... In the same way that whiskey and aquavit and so many other translations of words that describe distilled spirits also means water of life. Did you know that?
Agua
fresca.
La fresca.
That just
La
means
vida.
Loca. What do you think of this cocktail that I brought to you? If you had a bar...
Okay, this is what I have to say. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be frank with you. I'm gonna be John.
Can I still be
I'm
Chandler?
gonna be Jocelyn. Well, you be whatever you want.
If you're gonna be Jocelyn, just don't spill anything.
James spells things. Jocelyn doesn't. That's my aunt's... I'm not an egg. If I was, I wouldn't pick my aunt's name.
You're not just jostling around?
That was why I picked that name, yeah. I'm gonna tell you a little bit of story to give you a little context.
God, I love
So
condensation.
you saw that I just poured a little bit more vodka in your glass because I thought to myself, wow,
Wow.
how are we going to end the episode without doing it again?
Wow. We can't.
But as I did it, I remembered that the first time I'd ever gone to an open bar with my ex Nadia, we went and I went to the bartender and I had Long Island. I had a few drinks and I said, give me something else. And he said, you had maybe too much. And I said, give me something. He said, I'm gonna give you a Red Devil, which is like a white version of a old fashioned. This is like a bunch of white liquors.
Oh, I thought you meant something else.
And then
And I was
had
real
a,
puzzled.
I had a 911,
Previously.
previously known as an Irish, No, that's why I said that. So I had that, and I dropped the what was it? The Bailey's into the
Oh yeah, it's
Bailey's into the Guinness.
because you take a shot of whiskey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shot of whiskey, and you drop it into the, and I drank it, and it curdled my stomach, made me so sick.
Yeah, milk and beer will do that to you.
But here's the thing: it tasted so good, and I hadn't realized how much I drank.
Oh no.
But then I did it. And I feel like this masks the taste of this shot after we've had a few. And I feel like maybe this might be one too many. And so,
What's are we just having the shot or are we dropping it? Oh, we're doing it in spirit of one too many.
in the spirit of one too many, but also don't be like me.
What is it? What's the thing that you say to kids when you're like, listen
If
to
your
me?
friends, if your friends are gonna jump off a bridge.
No. It's the one that's like, the rules for me are different than the rules for you. Because
the rules for me are not the rules.
do
for
what I say, not what I do.
Oh yeah, do what I say,
Not what I do.
what I do, because it's fun. But I'm home. He's close to home.
Real close to home.
You gotta be
I'm
careful.
sleeping on this table tonight.
You know, I'm glad you bought this because I think it's pleasant. I think it's comfortable, and the context that I gave lets you know how I feel about it. It's sneaky. So in my bar,
It's sneaky.
drinks like this, I would ask my bartenders to just keep an eye out to make sure people aren't indulging too much.
Here's what I do. I like that answer. I think my answer is better. Here's what I do. I would always want to keep one cider on draft. Like a seasonal cider, what have you. Something that's fun. It's a cider on draft. And then I would have this as a happy hour special. Where it's like, you come, but it'd be like, it's a late night happy hour special. Because I feel like a lot of happy hours are to like drive people who are just getting off of work. I don't want people who are just getting off of work. I want people who are just getting done with their post-work errands and maybe like went and walked and had to grab a slice of pizza for dinner and now they're like, oh, I kind of want to drink, but I don't know. I want to be the place that they just kind of pop into and they're like, what's going on? Is it happening tonight? Are things moving? Is there like a TV show on? What have you? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. What? There's like a 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. special, and it'd be like shot in a beer, cider, and a pumpkin vodka.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm. That's my angle, and it'd be a good draft cider. It'd be a decent draft cider. It would be an acceptable draft cider.
God.
And honestly, this crop vodka retailed for what? $25? That's a great fucking deal. You do something. You could even just make a bunch of like generally fall spiced vodka and do that as like a shot bet. It's the shot in a beer combo.
Not in a bar.
Well, no, you can do that at a bar. You can do like
Sometimes.
house-made
Sometimes.
infusions.
Depends.
You would have, it would be like our house-made infusion, and it would be like you use a pumpkin, it would be like a batched pumpkin puree spice thing with a vodka. It'd be you could do batched shit. Because this is what, 35%? That's not a full vodka. That's easy peasy.
It's 40. That's
No.
5 I like. Wow, this is lovely. Okay.
I did the math.
And it's sticky. Okay.
And it's not too syrupy, so like if we really wanted to, we could just take a shot of this and it'd be like, that was sweet. That was real sweet. But I'm not dead. And I don't feel like a tooth is falling out. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What you thinking?
Cheers. Think. And just easy peasy. Is it spicy?
No.
Is it pumpkin-y?
You know what's crazy? No.
It's not
simple.
It's simple.
I do think it's a little sweeter than you do. It's a little cloying, but I think that's fine. At 35%, it's good inside of things. It tastes good.
It tastes good. It tastes good in the cider. It's good. Dude, $10 shot in a cider combo. That's how you sell ciders. Bing, bang, boom.
I agree. You know what? You're in charge of the cider program. That's it.
I'm a cider kind of guy.
This guy? He's a cider kind of guy. You know, Chandler?
What's up?
Thank you. Seriously, I really like when you bring these things to me because I actually spent this week sitting, doing a little research, trying to figure out some really interesting liquors, trying to figure out some really interesting vibes. But I was thinking, man, if only there was a group of people who knew us and had opinions.
If there's one thing I crave is other people's opinions.
So if you wanted to give us your opinion, you could maybe leave a comment.
Oh, drop a link.
Oh, but wait.
What?
You're thinking to yourself, oh, it's over, I'm gonna turn it off. Don't do that! Because you're gonna watch us get sloppy fun. We don't encourage disordered anything.
But it is recommended.
Oh, I love that. Oh, man, that's...
You see how I tied it back to our
Man, you know what? Can I say?
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you for bringing this to us. And I need y'all to remember that drinking is not required. Oh my God. But if you drink water, if you're taking care of yourself, if you've got your things done, if your kids are fed, if your wife is loved, if everything is in order, it is
recommended. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay.
I encourage only healthy drinking. It's important, seriously. I didn't drink until I was 25 years old, so don't be like me.
This is my first drink today.
Oh my God. You know what? That was easy, though. That was actually pretty easy. I'm not even joking when I say that was easy. I can't. I swear to God, I know you don't fucking watch the shit on. You should watch the videos because I've been taking the end.
And
Sometimes we're just really funny, and it depends. So we'll do all that stuff, and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, no." Sometimes what we're doing is, what it is that whenever I choose to make the thing pop up, punctuates how funny it is. So I'll time it. So we'll either be starting to say something, or we've said something, and then it'll do the thing, and then it'll come back. And then it'll be no sound, and it's just us going doing something dumb, and then
just kind of
and then it goes to black. I'm actually surprised I was able to do it. Oh, fuck it.
Woo wee.
Oh man. Oh, tomorrow's Thursday, huh? Oh. Damn, Civ 7. You know what's crazy? So I watched a few videos about people who played it.
It's Humankind.
People seem to like it though.
It's okay. Here's
But also, Humankind did get improved, and they did patch it because I did like Humankind when it came out. There were a few things that were like they patched a lot of it. It looks, I like it. I don't know.
It's definitely a continuation of Civ 5 and Civ 4 than it is a continuation of Civ 6.
Which I really like. I like. Oh, press the. Well, it doesn't matter. It's gonna turn off, but no, press the button so that it doesn't fucking